Guys, sorry about that. We had a bit problem with our network. And now we are back. Let's go back to our platforms. I am using a TD Market MetaTrader 4. Can you hear me clearly? All right, you can hear me. Now, let's start by navigating our platform. All right. The first thing that you'll want to know is, how do I add a chart? Because I want to trade. Now, before I trade, I will want to know, how do I add a chart? For you to add a chart, number one, you go to File and you say New Chart. You say File and you say New Chart. What? Now let's open GBP USD. Say File, New Chart. GBP USD. Okay, we have opened now a new chart. So the second thing that I want to teach you is your time frames. These are your time frames. We have got 1 minute, we have got 5 minutes, we have got 15 minutes, we have got 30 minutes, we have got 1 hour, 4-hour time frame, daily time frame, weekly time frame, and monthly time frame. I've just clicked on a monthly time frame. All right. So now if you go to a monthly time frame, you can see this candle is for this current month, and the previous candle was for September. can you see that each and every month in a monthly time frame, the market opens one candle, which means this is September, this is October, this is August, this is July, this is June. Each and every month, the market creates one candle in a monthly time frame. All right? Now, if you go to weekly time frame, now how many weeks do you have in a month? You have got about 4 weeks. Okay? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4. Then we start the new month. So, which means in a month you have got 4 weeks. That is your weekly time frame. If we may draw this so that we may see. We have got 4 candles in a weekly time frame. Now, if you go to daily time frame, now how many days, trading days in a month? We have got about 20 trading days in a month. That is daily time frame. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So whatever is happening in a monthly time frame is exactly what is happening in a daily time frame. Now, if you go to 4-hour time frame, you'll see that you have got a very long trend. That is your 4-hour time frame, which means after each and every 4 hours, he creates a candle, the markets. Okay? Now let's go a bit back to monthly time frame. Can you see that the candle that I have highlighted is green? And the green candle, we know that indicates for bullish markets, which means in this month, the market was going up. Now let's go to weekly time frame. You'll notice that the market is still going up. I'm trying to show you that whatever is happening in a monthly time frame is exactly what is happening in the smaller time frames. Now we have daily time frame. Can you see that the market is moving up? This is an uptrend. Can you go to 4-hour time frame? Can you see that the market is just moving upwardly? Can you see the market is moving in an uptrend? If you go to an hourly time frame, you'll notice that your market is rightly moving upwardly, which means whatever is happening in a monthly time frame is exactly what is happening in a daily time frame, hourly time frame, even in 1 minute time frame. At GFI, we always recommend that our clients must trade as from 1 hour time frame and moving upwardly. Do not trade below 1 hour time frame because you are going to pay a lot of cost. It's going to cost you more. Please trade 1 hour upwardly. All right. Now, because we know about time frames, the second thing that I want to go through with you to navigate on this market is that how to shift your charts. What you can do, you can just click on the market. Can you see my cursor? I've clicked and I am dragging the market. You can click and drag the market. Or rather, you can go to this, scroll the charts to the end of tick incoming, or shift end of the chart from right border. Can you see? I am moving my chart using these two icons. Okay, guys, You are allowed to ask questions. Okay? So far, so good. The second thing that I want you to teach you is how do I minimize my charts? Before you analyze, you want to zoom out everything to the gray. You zoom out everything to the gray. Can you see? I've zoomed my market out to the gray. Now, before you analyze, you need to zoom in twice. One, and you say two. Can you see that? Guys, are you still hearing me? Hey. Okay, shout. Hey, right. Okay, number between. Okay, guys, before you carry on, you need to zoom out everything to the gray. Can you hear me now? Okay, yes. All right. All right. Now I am zooming twice. One, two, so that I can clearly see my market. And the time frame I am using 1 hour time frame. Can we shift? If you want to change the time frame, you will go to the next time frame that you want to use. Let's use 4 hour time frame. This is the time frame that I have. All right. Now, if you want to change the charts, you'll go up there. Can you see? There is a bar chart. Each and every time you point next to the icon, it will show you the name next to that icon. This is a candlestick chart. This is a line chart. So if I want to go back to candlesticks chart, I will go there. All right. Now, all right. The next thing I want to teach you is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 important tools for analysis. There is a cursor, there is, of which is exactly what I'm using now. We have got a crosshair, we have got a vertical line, we have got horizontal line, and we have got a trend line, of which that is my favorite. Okay, let's start with a cursor. A cursor, nobody, even doctors, knows cursor. Please let us not explain what a cursor is. Now let's go to a crosshair. A crosshair, it's a tool that we use to measure pips. Remember, we said pips is the movement from one price to the next price where you are measuring. If I am measuring from this price to that price, I am going to get the number of pips that makes up this movement from this downside or this low to that high. Okay? Now, this is my crosshair. If you want to use your crosshair, you just click to your crosshair. Can you see your crosshair? Where do I want to start measuring my pips? This is where I want to start measuring my pips. Guys, can you see that on your right, there is numbers, and on your bottom, there are also numbers. On your bottom, if it's bottom, on your bottom, there is date and time. On your left, on your right, those numbers, there is price, which means where I am pointing with my crosshair is giving me date and time, whereby I am starting measuring the number of pips. Also on my right, the price where I am starting measuring my pips. All right? Now, if I want to measure my pips from this low to that high, I will just click and hold and take it up or drag it up. I want to say take it up. Now, I've just click and hold to that position and take your crosshair up to the point or to the level where you want to measure your pips. Can you see that in my crosshair or on my crosshair, I have 3 different categories of numbers. Now I have 102/8251/1.36101. Now let's go back. 102 stands for the number of candles that are involved in this measurement. Let me repeat. 102 stands for the number of candles which are involved in this measurement. Then I have 8251. Now, each and every time you see that middle number, you neglect the last number, that is 1. Always when you want to get your pips, which means how many pips do I have? I have 825 pips. I have 825 pips, and I have the price. The next number is the price, 1.3610. 101. There is no O in numbers. Okay. Now I have 828 pips. If I just drag it down, how many candles that are involved in this measurement? I have 84 candles. And how many pips? It's 542 pips. And the price is 1.33276. That is my crosshair. I believe everyone understands the crosshair now. If I want to measure my pips from this high to that low, I'm gonna click and hold and drag it down or take it down. The number of candles that are involved is 70. How many pips? I have 535 pips, and the price is what is appearing in your screen. Any question about crosshair? If there is no question, let's continue. Right? The only number that you neglect in your crosshair when you are measuring your pips, it's only one number, that is the last number. Even if it's thousands, let's go to monthly time frame. Can you see I'm measuring my pips from here to that? How many pips do I have? Now let's start with the candles. I have 110 candles which are involved in this measurement, and I have 8,895 pips. Can you see that? I neglect 0. Okay, let's come here. How many pips now do I have? I have 7,017 pips. Always you neglect the last number. It doesn't matter how many numbers do you have there. Only one number that you neglect. Even if you go to USD ZAR, USD ZAR has got big numbers. Now, can you see these big numbers? But I still have what? Okay, let me measure like this. Only one number, even in these numbers, these are 55. It's 55 candles, and this is 105,826 pips, and you neglect what? 2. Yes, we are still learning how to use the platform, and we are talking about the crosshair. This is how you use your crosshair. So we said you click and you drag it down. Okay, let's go back to GBP USD. Sorry about that. We are still looking at GBP USD. Now, the second tool that I want to introduce to you is this vertical line. The vertical line, I click the vertical line and I take it to my chart, and I will click to my chart and it will appear there. So this vertical line will only help me in knowing the date. This is 2017, the 8th month on the 24th, and it's 8 p.m. afternoon. Okay. So if you want to move your vertical line, you'll double click your vertical line, and you'll see the bars or your ears or the ears of the line, and you can be able to move your vertical line anywhere you wanna move it, and it will change your date. Now, if you wanna change anything in your vertical line, as highlighted as it is, you will just right click on your vertical line and you'll find vertical line properties. So if you wanna change anything like your vertical line to be more bigger, you can change there. If you wanna change the color, let's change it to be red, you can change it there. All right. Then you will say, okay. So if you want to shift your charts, as someone has asked, you'll just go there. You'll just go there to shift your chart. Scroll the chart to the end on, tick incoming, or shift end of the chart from right border. These are the two icons that we use to shift our charts. If you don't want to use them, you'll just click and drag your market with your cursor. Can you see I am doing exactly that? "15 minutes is not a recommended time frame. From 1 hour up until monthly time frame, it's what we recommend as GFI. Now, the question will be, how do I take out my vertical line? You'll double click and you'll see these two bars down and up there. Then you'll say right click and delete. Or alternatively, you can just say backspace. Can you see? Backspace, backspace, and all my vertical lines that are showing me the date will disappear. Okay, the next line that I want to show you is horizontal line. Now I will click the horizontal line and take it into my market. There. All right, that is my vertical line. If I want to draw another vertical line, I can take it and draw down there. Now my vertical line helps me to get the price. This is our foreground. The foreground helps me to see the price. Now my vertical line will help me to see the price. Now if I want to shift or move my vertical line, I will double click and move my vertical line. Normally we use vertical lines in order to draw support and your resistance. We use our vertical lines to draw support and resistance. Guys, please close your video. Okay, if you want to take out your lines, your vertical lines, please say backspace or go to them, double click and say delete. Then you'll delete or you'll say backspace. Now, another important line that I wanna show you that is very important for trading is draw a trend line. A trend line, you'll find that some of you, because your platforms are still new, your trend lines won't do like mine. If you take your trend line to where you wanna start measuring the trend, it will do like this mine. Now it is uncontrollable. Can you see, guys? Now if you want to control your trend line, please double click on your trend line and you will see the difference there, the bars, or I want to call them ears, many ears. Now you'll right click and go to trend line properties. Now if you go to your trend line properties, you'll find under the category parameters ray. Please untick ray. Let me repeat again. You'll right click and say trend line properties, and when you get there, go under the topic or category parameters and please untick ray. Now I am unticking ray. I am taking off ray. Now then say okay. Now, can you see my trend line? You can do whatever you want to do with your trend line. You can drag it and take it wherever you want to take your trend line. Can you see now? It is set right. Now, if you want to delete your trend line, you right click and say delete, or rather say backspace. All right? And you'll say backspace. Now we have learned about that. All right, I think that is enough for us to start trading. Let's practicalize what we have learned now. Now, what do you see here? This is an uptrend. Why do I say this is an uptrend? It's because it's making higher highs and it's making higher lows. Now, how do I draw my trend line on an uptrend? I will start from that low to that high. It must be equivalent to that low. Can you see? I am starting equivalent from that low and I am leaning on the market. I am not breaking the body of the candles, but what I am doing, I am breaking also what? My tails. This is my trend line. This is a professionally drawn trend line. So how do you draw it? You take, let's start again. You take your trend line, you start where you want to draw, you click and hold, and you take it up slowly as you draw it. So if your trend line did not match what you wanted to see, you can double click and take it in the direction whereby you want it to fit to your chart. All right? Any question? If there are no questions, we continue. All right? How many people do we have? Okay, there it is. Now, let's continue. Now, because we said we know now how to use a vertical line, which means our analysis are starting from this date, going up to that date. We are still analyzing what happened here. Guys, can you hear me? Somebody saying he can't hear me till now. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please say yes. All right, everyone can hear me. I think those who can't hear me, the problem is on their side. Okay, don't worry about how to place a stop loss and take profit. Is exactly where we are going. Don't worry, you will know that now. Now, the second thing that I want to do when I analyze, now I've drawn my trend line. Remember, whatever that is above this trend line is uptrend. Whatever is below this trend line is now considered a downtrend, right? Whatever that is above is considered an uptrend. Whatever is below is considered a downtrend, okay? We are still using what we have learned from our navigation because this is all what we have so that we can start trading. Now, the second thing in an uptrend, what you want to do and what you want to see is to check your supports and resistance. In an uptrend, I always want to see or check my supports. Okay, normally I take my trend line, I will draw it in my chart and make it straight so that I can use these smaller nyana trend lines. Don't want to use these long lines. I'll use them when I want the price. Now I will double click and I will say control and click and drag. Control, click and drag. Control, click and drag. Can you see this is my support? Yes, sorry about that. This is my support. Okay, can you see that this is okay, that was my support. Can you see this is my second support? Yes, it is my support. This is also my support. All my turning points in the market where the market is moving upwardly are my supports. Can you see this is also my support? Yes, this is my support. All the turning points are all my support. Can you see here? The market was supported here. Yes, that is my support. The only resistance that I have in this trend is this one. This is the resistance that I have. All right? Now, this is all my uptrend. All right? Now, let's talk about what has already happened. If I wanted to buy here, let's say I wanted to buy on this, in this one, in this level, or on this level, this is my entry. I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy where? At this price. When the market bounced here, I wanted to buy here. Now, the second question will be, where would I place my stop loss? So can you see that I'm using all my support and resistance to check where am I entering, where my stop loss will be. Now, we always say that in an uptrend, your stop loss is the previous low. This is where I want to buy, where my previous low will be. This is my previous low, which means I can place my stop loss either here or there. Which place do you prefer? Remember, we can measure our pips through a crosshair. This is where we are buying. And how many pips? These are 51 pips, the first stop point. The second stop point is 144 pips, 146 actually. Now, I prefer to use this stop loss because it's better than that 144 pips. This is 50 something pips stop loss. Okay. For a buy, your stop loss will be a previous high. Can you see now? I'm using all what we have learned, your vertical, your horizontal lines. This is where your stop loss will be. This is the line of your stop loss. This is where I am buying my stop loss. Should the market go down against me, this is where I am going to stop my loss. All right? I am buying here. Okay, we were buying there because this is what has already happened. All right? Now, the question will be, where am I taking my profits? So, we are going to take it's very too tight, but we are using the principle. Our stop loss, yes, is too close, but the principle says when you want to place your stop loss, you use your previous low, and that is our previous low. This is our previous low, which means you have got also another option to place your stop loss right there. So yes, it's too tight, but when it comes to the rules, we have followed the rules. We did not neglect the rules. So you can either place your stop loss here or there, right? So where are we taking our profit? We use the previous resistance to measure our profit, which means we would have taken our profit right there. So this was going to be our TP, or take profit if you like. Take profit This was going to be our take profit. Now, because we know where we want to enter, can you see? We are buying because my market is above my trend line. Why am I putting my TP here? There, okay? You'll notice that we use support and resistance to measure where we want to enter, where we want to take our take profit. Can you see? I wanted to enter here, and the market got a resistance there, which was my previous resistance. So if I buy here, I'm gonna take my profit right or equivalent to that level, to the level that is equivalent to my previous resistance, because that was my previous roof. So I'm going to take my profit on my roof. So if I want to continue buying, I want to see the market breaking my roof, then I'm gonna buy again and take my profit on the following roof, which means that will be my roof. All right. Now, let's continue. So we said we are taking our profits right there. All right. Now, I want to, we're saying we are navigating the system, but we want to navigate the system by practically doing what is or what had happened in the market, so that we want to learn with the practical stuff, guys. Okay. Now, because I've analyzed my market, I said I want to enter here, and my stop loss was going to be here, and my take profit was going to be there. Now, before I go and say buy or sell, I want to confirm all what I've analyzed. Now, how do you confirm all what you have analyzed? You insert your indicators. Guys, we don't trade indicators, but we use indicators to confirm the market. Now, where do I get indicators? Now, there is file, there is view, there is insert. You go to insert indicators and you go to custom. Now let's do it. Insert indicators and you go to custom and you go to whatever indicator you want. Let's start with MACD. Okay, let's start again. You go and say insert indicators, custom, and you say MACD. All right. And you say, okay, if you want to change the color, let me change the color. You can change the colors. I want to make it red. Can you see? Now I am saving my MACD and I will say, okay. Can you see my MACD? Remember, with your MACD, actually, this is where we said we wanted to buy. This is the point where we wanted to buy. Our stop loss will be here. Can you see, if your MACD, your histograms are above 0, it's a buy confirmation, which means we've got one confirmation because our MACD is above 0 and there is a buy confirmation, right? If I want to add another indicator, I'll go also and say insert indicators, and I will say custom. Which indicator do I want to add on my chart is RSI, Relative Strength Index. Then I will click on my RSI. My RSI has got two levels, that is 30 and 70, but I want to add the last level, that is 50. How do I do that? I will go and say add under the category levels. I will say add and I will just punch in 50. If you want to beautify your RSI and change the color, you can change the color. I am changing to medium blue, right? Colors, you can change whatever color you want to change, and beautify your chart if you want to. Then you click what? Okay. Now, this is where I said I wanted to buy, and my RSI is above here, is above 50. If your RSI is above 50, that is a bullish signal or confirmation. Now, I have my MACD as confirmation to buy, and I also have my RSI to confirm that I'm buying. Because remember, yet your RSI is a momentum indicator, which means the momentum is dominated by bulls, which means the bulls are taking the markets up. Right? The last indicator that I want to introduce to you is stochastic. Now you say insert also, remember indicators, and you go to stochastic, custom stochastic. Now you say click and you say okay. It's only RSI where you only add a level. With all other indicators, the indicators that we have inserted here, we did not add anything except when it comes to RSI. Now we said with our RSI, when our RSI is around this area, our RSI is oversold. When our RSI is around 80 and going down, our RSI is overbought. Right now, our RSI is oversold and has turned and crossed and saying to us, we are going up. Now we have got MACD as our confirmation. We have got RSI as our confirmation. And we also have what? Our stochastic as our confirmation. Now, we have 1, 2, 3 confirmations. Now, if you want to delete your indicators because you have seen they have confirmed whatever you wanted to confirm, you go to them and say right click and delete indicator. Let's delete our MACD. I've deleted my MACD. If you want to delete your RSI, you right click and say delete indicator. You go to your stochastic, right click and delete your indicator. If guys, do you have any question so far? I do not want to push you so hard. Any question, please, about what we have just navigated on our system? Any question? Do your indicators always confirm in the same direction? I believe you mean in an uptrend. No, you always use your indicators in an uptrend, also in a downtrend. So if in a MACD your histograms are below 0, they are signaling to you or confirming for a sell. If your RSI is below 50, is saying to you sell. If your RSI is below 50, if your stochastic is overbought, is signaling to you that you need to sell. So it depends which trend are you dealing with. Okay, now because I know where I want to buy and there is a price there, and I know where to put my stop loss, there is a price for my stop loss, and I know where to take my profit, there is a price for my take profit. Now what else do I want to do? Now I just want to take the profit, the trade. How do I take the trade? You go to that box called new order. That's clearly explained. Thanks. Please can you repeat what indicators indicate? Okay. So right now, if one wants to enter a trade, what must we first consider? Okay. Somebody is asking, so right now, if one wants to enter a trade, what must we consider first? Remember, guys, a trend is your friend. The first thing that we did, we checked the trend and we saw that was an uptrend and we wanted to buy. We identified the point where we wanted to buy and we identified where we wanted to sell to put our stop loss, and we identified the place where to take our profit. The next thing, after we have analyzed our market and we have reasons to believe that we want to buy, what we did, we went and say, insert indicators to confirm what we have already analyzed. We put MACD on our charts. Remember, we said if MACD, the histograms, these are histograms, are above 0, they are confirming to you, you buy. By the way, MACD is the most reliable indicator, is the trend indicator. And if you want to insert a RSI, you go to indicators, custom, and you say RSI, okay? If you are, and you add the levels, you add one level, that is 50. You can change the color if you want to. Remember, we said with RSI, it indicates the momentum of the market. If your RSI, this line is RSI, your relative strength index, it indicates the momentum. The momentum is above 50, which means the bulls or the buyers are taking control of the market, okay? And we said with stochastic, normally we use our stochastic for entry purposes. If our stochastic is around 20 below there, we want to buy. If our stochastic is around 80 there, we want to sell. Remember, you don't want to sell even if the stochastic says sell in an uptrend. You only consider buying signals in a stochastic in an uptrend. Now, if the market is down moving, then you consider your stochastic selling signals, okay? Please don't confuse stochastic. Don't just buy anyhow or sell anyhow. Check the market and get the right signals for that specific trend. If you want to delete your indicators, you say delete, you right click and you say delete, you right click and say delete. Guys, if you want to start and trade and place the order, you go to new order. That is our new order. What is our stop loss? What was going to be our stop loss? Our stop loss, this is the price, okay? It's 1.28682. Oh, what is happening here? All right, it's one, okay? Sorry about that. So it's 1.28682. I've just punched in my stop loss in price. So this is my take profit in price. It's 1.32588. Right? Now, what is left for me? I want to know the volume, and we did not calculate the volume. Right? We did not calculate the volume for risk management. Now, how do I calculate my volume? Okay, this is what I have. Now, the question will be, because now I know I want to buy and I know where my stop loss will be and where my take profit will be. Now, how do I know which volume should I use? All right, let's start again. Let's cancel everything. You go to view and you say terminal. view, and you say terminal, whereby you'll get your balance, because you need what? Your balance in order to calculate your volume. This is the balance that we have on this demo account. Okay, what else do you want to do? You want your 1%, whatever percent you are sacrificing, your 1% of your balance, and my balance is $3,704.46, and that is equal to, if you calculate your 1%, you know the story, you will say 3704 on your calculator, 0.47 times 1 divided by 100, and I am getting 37.04. That is my 1% of this balance. The second step, of which is the last step, is dividing the number, the stop loss in price, in value, by the number of pips of your stop loss. Remember, we said our stop loss in pips was 57 pips. Now, then you will get your volume. So which means you'll divide 37.04 divided by 57 pips, and I will get 0.64. That is my volume. Now I have my volume, right? If I want to take out my terminal, I'll go back and say view and say terminal. Can you see? My terminal is out. If I want my terminal back, view, terminal, and my terminal is back. Let's take it off now, guys. Okay? Now I have everything that I need. I'll say new order. I have my volume. My volume is 0.64. Now I know my volume, and my stop loss, this was my stop loss. It's 1.28682. Then my take profit will be 1.36588, and I would have clicked buy market. Now the market, this is all information that we have been analyzing, but it would have triggered my entry and I would have bought. Now guys, any question? I think we are running out of time, only 4 minutes left, but I've just covered the basics. If there are no questions, we'll end this session, but this is how you do it. Any question, guys? So someone is asking, do we reap the same profit even if we trade on different time frame? 5 rand, 15 rand is always 15 rand on any time frame. Okay, so if you say you will take your profit at 15 rands, your profit will be at 15 rands in any other time frame. So your profit will be the same with the guy who used 4-hour time frame and the guy who used daily time frame. As long as you said 15 rand is your take profit, then your take profit will be 15 rand. All right, please give us your chart properties. Okay, if you want your chart properties, you will say right click on your charts, right click on your charts. Let's say your chart is like this. Let's use any other chart. Let's say your chart looks like this. You'll say right click firstly and go to grid. You are taking all these squares. I took out all these squares The second thing that you will do, you'll say Control Y. I'm taking all these vertical lines. Control Y. I've taken all these vertical lines. Another thing that you'll do, I don't know how many second things now I have. Another thing that you will do, you will right click on every indicator that we have and say right click and delete. Right click, delete, right click, delete, right click, delete. All right. Now I want to set my chart. You right click and go to properties. Right click and go to properties. Now I have this smaller Nyana screen. Whatever I change here will be changed here. Then I will say okay. Then my chart will be set. All right. I'm under the category colors. Now the first thing I want to change is my background. I want to make it white. Let's change it. It's white now. Another thing that I want to change is my foreground, and I go and change it and make it black. My grid, I'm not interested with my grid. It's where my price is gray. That's fine. My bar out, all the candles that are going out up, I want to make them lime. All my candles that are going down, my bar down, I want to make them red. Okay. All my bulls candles must be the same as bar up. So I want to make them lime. All my bear candles, I want to make them red. All right. And everything else, I will just leave it as it is. Now I will just say, okay, this is how I have set my chart. Now, if I want to save this information, I will just say, go there and say templates and save templates. Guys, if you have a beautiful name, please write, you can write your beautiful name. But if you don't, please don't write that name, write GFI, because the kids are going to laugh at you. Okay? Because I don't have a beautiful name, I will just say GFI, and I would have saved that template. Okay? Each and every time I open a new chart, I will go to where GFI. All right? Each and every time I open a new chart, I will just go there and say new chart, and I'll come to here, template, and say GFI. All my settings are based on my GFI settings, or whatever name, beautiful name that you have. If you don't, please don't use this name, because kids are very naughty. Guys, this is the end of my session. Please, let's meet next Monday. If this class is boring you, please graduate yourself, go to a Tuesday class. But if you are still struggling with a Monday's session, please don't go to a Tuesday class, because you are going to get confused. But if you are still okay and you are bored with Monday class, which means now you are matured with the stuff on Monday, please graduate yourself, get a nice mpula mpula, and go to Tuesday. Ayibongwe Nkosi. Bye-bye.